If you're an English learner and you can understand everything I'm saying, and you've been watching my videos and you understand everything, but you cannot speak the same way I speak, I also learned English. So here's the two things I have for you: one good news and one bad news. The good news is that your passive vocabulary is massive. You can understand me, you can understand other creators, you watch movies, you read articles, you listen to podcasts. It's great. You have this feeling that you kind of know English. Now, the bad news is the reason why you can't speak the same way is because you're not actually practicing your passive vocabulary. And I've talked about this so much, and I will never stop talking about it because most lessons, most teachers, most school curriculums don't involve as much practice as you need in order for you to become a confident English speaker. So, because you've been fed this idea that it's enough to read, it's enough to listen, you have this misconception that because you're doing all of that, you should also be able to speak. And then you get super frustrated when you want to speak and you can't. And it just gets confusing. Like, why? You've been studying so much, you understand everybody around you, but you can't speak. And the reality of it and the solution to that is if you study for 5 minutes, then you have to practice for 15, whatever you just learned. Remember this: you study for 5 minutes, you practice for 15. If you were to do the math and calculate the amount of time that you've been absorbing and consuming English through listening, reading, watching things, and compare that to the amount of time you've been practicing, like speaking out loud, what would that ratio be? Because it should be 1 to 3. You listen to 1 minute, you practice for 3. You read for 1 minute, you practice for 3. And that's not to discourage you. That's just the reality. If you don't train your brain, your face muscles to move a certain way when you want to speak English, then you're not developing the skill of speaking English.